Hello, everybody. It's Katie. I am in my studio today and I am going to be working in my journal, which I am so excited about. This is a Fabriano journal. The size is 7 by 10 inches and it is watercolor paper, which is excellent for putting lots of layers, lots of paint, and that kind of thing because the pages won't warp too much. So the reason I am just so excited to be working in my journal is because I so need a day of just playing and um, getting some motion in place with some things and just creating for the process and not so much the final outcome, which is something I preach a lot here on the channel, is just about making art and tapping into how it's making you feel and kind of enjoying the journey versus the final product. So today I am just kind of experimenting. I have no expectations here. I recently bought a new bottle of the pouring acrylic paint, which is the yellow color there that I put on first. And I followed that up by some pink, and then here's just some chartreuse that I'm just kind of smearing on with a piece of chipboard. I love using chipboard. It's sturdy. I use it in many different ways. And some days, I just don't want to get my brushes all wet and full of paint. So this is just a great way to kind of loosen up my control a little bit and spread some paint. And so you can kind of see already that it is looking kind of fun, filling up the pages. And like I said, I went into this with no expectations. I think a lot of why I was feeling overwhelmed last week was because I had certain things in mind that I wanted to get done and certain ways of doing those things. And it's just nothing was falling into place. And it kind of felt like every little thing I did kind of put me back a couple steps instead of putting me forward. And so there comes a breaking point where you just have to walk away and kind of loosen up control and just lean into things that are feeling good versus feeling forced just because you feel like you have to do them. So that is why I love journaling, and it's kind of like the place that I always come back to when I'm feeling stuck is just coming back to my journal and just doodling and that kind of thing. So I am using my Posca markers quite a bit now, kind of just seeing what feels good. If you've ever done this kind of journaling, I would love to hear in the comments what you think of it and how it's been helpful for you. Because I know for me, when I just am not working from a schedule or a planned out process, and I'm just kind of playing and enjoying all the different tools that I have and seeing what the different marks end up looking like. I know it's just, for me, it's just really fun. And the thing is with this is that you can't mess it up. And there's something so free in that. I think we all put so much pressure on ourselves to do so many different things and do them in a certain way. And when it comes to art making, that's, the same case of we have this expectation of what something should look like or what other people are doing. And sometimes we just have to remember that, just playing and creating in a free way is when we often create the best work. So I went over these little squiggles. Again, I wanted to make them a little more vibrant. So I'm going back over with a black Posca pen. Like I said, this is just so fun and so freeing for me. I've thought many times about if this is something I should do live with you all, like maybe a group of us can get our journals out together and we can just chit chat and do our own thing in our journals and kind of connect in that way. I think that would be really fun. So feel free to send me an email or message me if that's something you would be interested in. There's something, I must say, quite liberating about opening up a journal and being able to work on both pages. Sometimes, when we're working on one page, it just, for me at least, it feels like it fills up so quickly or I'm a little constrained. And so opening it up like wide open not only does it feel good making art, but like in a some symbolic kind of way, it's just kind of like putting our arms out and just allowing whatever um, to come our way, whatever is meant to happen. And something about being vulnerable when we're opened up like that is really, really kind of key here, I think. I recently picked up some new colors of Posca pens. So this is one of them, the turquoise. Um, so it's just always fun to play with new colors and new materials. I do always, in all of my videos, I keep a material list linked underneath my video. So if you're ever interested or curious about what I'm using, you can go to that link and find most everything there. And of course, you can always contact me if there's something that you're not sure about. So as I continue to work here, I want to just take a moment and, because I always forget to do this, and encourage you all. If you're enjoying these videos or you're intrigued by what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel. I'm at a point right now where my channel is steadily growing, and I just want to continue, with the upswing there, and being able to share my videos with as many people as I can. So if you're enjoying this stuff, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. Any of those things is always helpful for us makers here. I have recently decided to spend less time on social media like Instagram, and I have to say I've never felt better about that decision. I have been posting a little bit recently just because it's the holidays and I have some new items in my shop to share and that kind of thing. But already the small amount of time that I've gone back to it, I um, just doesn't quite feel good. So I am starting to pour a lot more of my energy into these YouTube videos. I feel that I can expand a little bit more here. I can take my time. I don't feel quite as distracted and that kind of thing. So, and I have a hunch many other people are feeling the same way lately. So, if you're one of those people, hello, I hear you, I see you, and it's okay to go a different direction than everyone else and do your stuff in a different way. One thing I'm kind of unconsciously, I think, doing as I'm making this journal page is just kind of being aware of the thicknesses and thinnesses of my marks. You see, I have some bold colors and lines, and then I have some more skinny lines, and now I'm kind of filling in these little turquoise blobs here. Um, all those different things can keep our eyes moving and keep ourselves kind of intrigued by a piece. I've been really excited about kind of just going at it and continuing to add layers and layers and layers of things. It's very symbolic for me as a life journey, just that we always have all these different layers and phases and different parts of our life that kind of just keep on adding up on top of each other for better or worse. And I love representing that in my artwork, that you can just kind of keep layering and every layer looks a little different. Some things are more bold and some things are just really subtle. And I'm just, learning as I go here. Just literally what I'm doing in this journal page is I'm kind of seeing what something looks like, feeling it out a little bit, trying it, and then moving on and then trying something new. Which again, I think is just really, really symbolic with life, and um, at least gives me a little permission that it's okay to try different things, and it's okay that things can be um, messy and kind of all connected in some way. Bringing on a new color here, just kind of like a light turquoise. And again, just spreading it with that chipboard piece. You can certainly use just regular paper here or cardboard or whatever you have on hand, but I find the chipboard really nice. It's really sturdy. I'm kind of just using a little bit of every color that I have available, which is fun. Something else that often happens when you go into a piece with an open mindset is as the piece starts to develop and you kind of get a visual of what's going on, it can be very easy to kind of grasp again and want to find that control because the piece is looking a certain way. So you want to keep going in that direction. So um, at one point in this video, I don't think I captured it because I probably just pushed pause on the video and then recorded it again. But I did walk away and got a little bit of coffee and stretched my arms a little bit and then came back and continued. And I think that's really important just to come back with fresh eyes and kind of a new perspective on your work. You kind of see things that we're missing or things that you want to add here and there. So don't be afraid to step away, and then come back. I have to tell myself that a lot because I know when you're in the zone of making art, you get kind of tunnel vision with what you're doing and you just want to finish it and push through and that kind of thing. And it's really, really helpful, I find, to get a breath of fresh air every now and then and come back to a piece. That's often why a lot of us artists will be working on 4 or 5 different pieces of artwork at a time because you can kind of work on one piece and then move to another and another and then come back to that original one and see things in a different way. Continuing to add a little bit more detail in these little blobs. I love using a darker color next to the same color family in a lighter shade. That always is my jam. Now in this journal piece, I am not going to be adding any words. This is purely just for putting in motion some colors and creativity and stuff like that. So I'm not writing anything, but you certainly could incorporate some words in here. And I would love to hear about your journaling experience and what you find to be helpful when you're journaling. Looks like I forgot to fill in one of these blobs up top here, so I'm going to go back and do that. But I just want to remind you guys that, creativity is here all the time, and it doesn't have to be forced. And if it is forced, it's probably a good time to do something else. And it can actually just be a really liberating, therapeutic experience. Even if you're not going to be sharing it with anyone, even if you're not going to sell it, and you're the only one that's going to be seeing it. Just the act of putting some color and some motion on a piece of paper can be incredibly helpful. And I just really encourage you to do that when you feel it's necessary. And you could do that in 5 minutes. You could do that in an hour. It doesn't really matter. It's just the act of moving and allowing your brain to just be open to all the new things. And as I'm finishing up here, I just want to thank you for watching. And again, please subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. And I encourage you to pull out that journal next time you're feeling stuck, or even if you're not, and just make some art, play, have a little bit of fun. Thanks, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.